Welcome back to another episode of Fuel in the Flame. I'm your host, Mason Miller, and today we're joined by the men's golf team. We have Tate and we have Nick joining the show. Guys, thank you for hopping on.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So, little introduction. We got Nick Berry. He's a sophomore from Lockport, Illinois, attended Lockport Township High School. And as a freshman, he averaged a score of 75 through 1,590 total strokes. So I don't know if you knew that. And shot a season low last season with 71 at the CCIW Championship in the first round. So when it matters most, that's good. That's good. And then we got Tate Hager. Is it Hager? Is that how you say it? Okay. Should have checked that beforehand. But sophomore from Geneseo, Illinois. Geneseo High School. Also, as a freshman, averaged a score of 78.5 through about 1,100 strokes. Shot a season low as well as 71 at the CCIW Championship. So both you guys playing your best when it matters most. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So you guys finished your fall season. Obviously in the fall, and you've had a little break this winter. You're starting up soon. This weekend, you guys are heading to Kentucky, right, for your first tournament. That's awesome. Yeah. Just to recap, some of your key tournaments in the fall. They had second place at the Firebird Fall Invite in Lake Geneva. First place at the Wisconsin Lutheran College Fall Invitational over in Hartford. Then you finished first out of 44 teams with the Benedictine and UW Whitewater tournament in Kansasville. So that was pretty close. So I guess just to start, could you guys kind of give a rundown of that fall season and maybe how that set you up for the spring?
We were just obviously your home invite. You kind of want to win. Yeah. That's always your goal. But we ran into a good Aurora team there. Didn't really play our best, And then we went up to Hartford at Wisconsin Lutheran. A lot of people have seen the course up there. It's a course that we won there, actually, our freshman year in the fall as well. So everyone was just kind of comfortable up there. We caught 2 good days where it wasn't too windy. Conditions were kind of good. And that course is pretty gettable when it's not too windy out there. So we just kind of took advantage of it. And then rolling that into Benedictine, we just had a couple of kids stay hot. Tanner, our senior, he rolled, 11, 12 under.
Tanner Alex went 1-2, 7 under, 6 under.
And
it
was fun.
So it's fun when you just kind of are kind of rolling for a little bit there.
Yeah. So then how does that cross over to the spring? Because I know it's like having a split season is kind of weird. I know some other sports might do it, but how does that work? Is it combined your performance in the fall and spring that dictate the end of the season? How does that work?
There's like a ranking set up, so they rank us based off like how we play in tournaments, like how much you win by, how much you lose by, stuff like that. So our ranking coming out of the fall was, I think, somewhere around 47. A couple teams that played events bumped us into the mid-50s. So it's kind of nice that we were able to build our first semester, or like the fall semester, really well, and I guess just hope to take some momentum into the off season was the goal, and now come out and build off what we were doing all off season, and hopefully jump that ranking a little higher.
So is it more of like, with the rankings, is the more of like the fall season kind of like non-conference, you would say, or is it conference spring, or like what is that like? Yeah,
I feel like you get a good mix. Like we'll go down to Wesleyan and Milliken's event this spring. Last fall we were playing more like WLC, like what was Bragdale? That was Benedictine.
We ran into Carroll a lot.
We saw Stout a lot.
Okay.
You could say it like that. We see a little bit more conference play in the spring.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So then my other question was, what is it like having that split season? Because like the fall, you do like non-conference, just more of like just getting tournaments in and getting that best ranking possible. Then you take this huge break during the winter.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do during this break? Because obviously you can't really play when it's negative degrees, snow on the ground. So what does that winter time look like for you guys?
We kind of take as soon as the season ends. Everyone's kind of burnt out for a little bit because you're playing golf 7 days a week from when you get here in August till.
And even all summer you're playing.
Yeah, so it's like you're kind of just as your first break. So you kind of take a little bit of a break. We have like a no contact period with the NCAA where we can't like have coaches like setting up practices or running practices. Obviously the simulators are open for whatever you want to go in and use them. But during the off season, we're lifting 3 times a week, pretty light stuff, stuff like that. We're swinging. We can still go to Ives. Of course, down the road they have heated bays where you can hit in the winter, which is nice. So it's just kind of it's a mix of like taking a break, but also like staying fresh and like making sure that you still know what to do with a golf club in your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to spring.
Exactly.
I think you see the disadvantages and advantages of both. Like you're coming out of the summer straight into the fall. you're kind of playing your best golf towards the end of the summer, and you're kind of like trying to roll it into the fall.
Sure.
And then you just hit like a wall. Like your body's tired, you're burnt out, you're just ready for a break. Kind of like what Tate said. Like I think I've learned like how like giving your body a rest is like a big thing. So like I definitely took a week or 2 or 3, or probably more than I should have, to just give my body a rest. But then just trying to get back in the simulator and grind. And I always thought coming into the spring was tough. Even last year I found it tough as like the first time. But like just trying to like figure out how to like take your indoor game and like move it outside and just like try to pick up some momentum really quick and just kind of get the snowball rolling.
Yeah, it's
that first event can be a little tough because you haven't really done anything.
It's definitely important to take that break. For basketball, it worked out kind of nice. We lost, and then we had our spring break right after, so we had that week to just kind of go home and relax. And it's always important to do that. But then with those golf simulators, are you guys like a proponent of those things? Like I've never used one myself, but what is your opinion on the simulators?
I feel like freshman year, like you get here and it's like, oh cool, like we have like 2 simulators. Like I want to be down there all the time.
Yeah,
we were definitely down there way more than we should have done last year, just like beating balls all night. And then I think this year we realized like not like that we. Obviously, we're still down there like a ton. Like we're here playing golf and going to school, so like we're down there a ton. But it's like, all right, let's not just like be down there for like 2-3 hours just pounding. And the freshmen this year are the same way we were last year. They're down there all the time.
Yeah. It's like at some point, like you get tired of just like beating a ball into a screen, and because it's just like, oh, I mean, you could like feel something, and you can obviously it's good to like adjust your swing a little bit, but like your big changes, at least in my opinion, shouldn't come at least until you see the ball fly outside a few times. Because I mean they are expensive piece of equipment that rarely make a mistake. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're hitting a ball into a screen that's 5 feet away from you. There's a lot of variables there that you don't see whereas when you're outside, you can.
Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar with listening, could you guys kind of break down like what the simulator is? Because I know a lot of people probably are familiar with it. It's kind of a newer thing that's kind of grown and gotten pretty popular. So could you kind of describe what it is?
So it's like we have a little room in the corner of the tark. I kind of walk in. We have like a little small area for putting. A little small area for putting.
Yep.
And then you kind of round the corner, and there's 2 bays, are what they're called. And each bay they're called a TrackMan. It's like a little launch monitor device. Kind of looks like a big orange square.
Okay.
And what that does is you pretty much set up a ball in front of it, probably 3-4 feet in front of it. And then you have a little projector that's hooked up to the screen. And what it does is it just reads pretty much everything. It reads your club head speed, your ball speed, your angles, your angle of attack. Like you can pretty much, anything you want it to read, it can. And then, so you're pretty much down there looking at numbers and just trying to just figure out any small things that you can work out with your swing.
So you mentioned that it was kind of challenging going from that playing in the simulator all winter, then going back on the course.
Yeah.
Like what's the difference that you notice between, like obviously you can see your ball, the path light and everything.
I feel like the big one for me is like you're in a simulator, it's just flat ground, like you're just standing there the whole time, and then you get on the course and you're like, could be like this, could be like this, could be anywhere, like you just never know. Or like, I mean, simulator you always know kind of what you're gonna get. If you get outside, it could be soft, could be hard, could be, windy, whatever. Just all those variables you throw in when you get outside.
Yeah. Okay. Is it open to the public? Because I got to get in there one time.
Nah.
No, it's not. Since you had us on the podcast, we can.
I can get it like a special guest appearance.
We can get you in.
Yeah. I appreciate that. My swing's gonna be ugly. I don't want to break the machine, but like.
No, the machine's behind you, so it'd be pretty tough to break.
As long as I sign away my liability before I get in there, I think that we can work that out. Now going back to the season, just for the spring season and what's going ahead here for the rest of your season. What are you guys' goals? What are you trying to accomplish with the season?
Go to Natties.
Yeah, I mean, our coach has been telling us, and like we've been talking about it. We're in the mid-50s right now. If we can get inside the top 30, we have a good chance to get a bid into nationals. Okay. That'd be really fun. I mean, obviously, if we could win conference, that'd be awesome. Wesleyan's tough though. They're third, fourth ranked in Division III right now. They've got a lot of really good guys. So, I mean, if we could just play really well, I'd say if we could win 2-3 tournaments, that'd be awesome. Obviously, we'd like to win them all, but get inside the top 30 and just hope we get a chance in mid-May to go play nationals. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. You guys have like a conference tournament at the end of the year?
Yeah. So
it's in down in Peoria at Weaver Ridge. We both played there last year. It's a cool little track setup. I mean, we got second again, but I mean, when we played our first round in Bullshot 71, we were still down by 13, 14 strokes.
And it's only the winning team that wins our conference gets into nationals. So
Dang.
Coming second doesn't really do us
Yeah.
anything at all.
Dang. Okay. Wow. That's tough. That's tough. So yeah, good luck with that. We're pulling for you, obviously. So take down Wesleyan. So you guys recently just had a trip to Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like your, I guess you call it like spring training,
Training
right?
trip. Yeah.
So, what was that like? I imagine you did a little bit more than just play golf.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate, but
Yeah. I mean, it's a good time. It's just, I mean, for us, it's nice to get out on the grass for a week, just see the ball fly, stuff like that. But I mean, outside of golf things, like, we're in Vegas, so our coach and the coaches were able to take us, like, just go see the Strip. Like, we saw, one day we got to see Fremont Street, if you're familiar with the Strip. That's pretty cool. The one day he just dropped us off on the Strip. We were there for, like, 4 hours just walking around. Just, you know, I mean, that place is unreal. Just to, like, walk around and see, like, the architecture and the structure and, like, the people watching is awesome. Yeah. There's nothing better than the people watching.
Honestly, that's probably true. Yeah,
that's awesome. Just random people walking around. But, I mean, yeah, good to see the ball fly, good to hit the ball around, good to get out and do some stuff that, you know, we wouldn't normally do in Wisconsin, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Was that your first time getting to play in a course?
Yeah.
Like this springtime?
Yeah, in the springtime, yeah.
Okay. You guys do anything fun that you're willing to share?
I mean, other than just, like, we go with the women's team as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, we just, like, hang out, man. It's fun. We just, like, go to the hot tub every night. We just sit there, hang out.
Sure.
Because, I mean, a lot of with the women's team, I mean, you're not as familiar with them yet. I mean, obviously, like, we try to, like, build it together as, like, we're one big program. But, I mean, you're not familiar with a lot of, like, the newer, like, freshman girls or the girls that came in just because you're not around them as much as the men's team. So it's just kind of getting to know them. I mean, we'd like, walk to In-N-Out at, like, midnight because there would just be nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're playing cards. Like, I mean, it's just, like, we're just, like, having fun.
Enjoying it, yeah.
We're kind of treating it like we're here to play golf, but it's also like, oh, like, we're kind of on a vacation, enjoy the weather. We had really nice weather when we were down there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, like, kind of just a mental debrick from, like, school and stuff, but then you're also there to, like, kind of work on your game to get ready for Kentucky.
For sure. It's always important to balance that. You know, it's like a business trip, or else it's always important to enjoy it. So a question I like to ask when a lot of teams do take these trips, I always like to ask, like, because I know for us, we always have, like, a big takeaway from our trips, and we learn something about our team. So is there anything about your trip that maybe you learned about your team, learned about yourself, or something that collectively you can take going forward?
It's a good question. It's hard to say because it's not like a tournament, so it's not like we had, like, a building point, but I mean, I feel like the main focus of that, like, as a freshman, we both got to go on that last year, like, the bonding, like, getting to know, like, I mean, you wouldn't normally see, like, the senior girls, like, just walking around, like, obviously we were with the guys all the time, but just, like, last year I really got to know the women's team well, and I think we got the freshmen this year to get to know, like, everyone a lot better. I mean, even our freshmen that were there, I know a lot better, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 8 guys, 8 girls, so it's not like it's the whole team, but I feel like bonding is kind of the biggest part of that trip, and just, like, probably a big takeaway. I mean, you could dive into all the random golf stuff, but I think the bonding and getting to know everyone is really important, and
for sure,
good for the upcoming season.
So it's fun to do that in Vegas too. So my next question was about just what is it like being on, like, it's a game day on the course, because I'm trying to imagine what it's like between basketball. It's obviously very high energetic, very competitive. So, like, on the course, what does, like, a typical game day look like? Who are you, like, matched up with? Like, how, like, competitive is it, or is it mostly just kind of chill? Like,
so usually you're in, like, a threesome for the most part is what we play in. So you're just playing with, like, let's say that on the varsity 5 this week, you're playing with, for example, Carroll's 5, and then, like, Wisconsin Lutheran's 5, and then that's your group. I would say you run into some guys that are, like, super nice and super chill, but at the end of the day, like, you're kind of focused on just going out and shooting the best score that you can. Outside of me, I like yap. I like to yap. Like, with my kids. So
you run into some interesting kids.
I like to talk, but, like, if, like, someone gives me, like, the look to, like, shut up, then I'm like, okay, then I can also go walk away.
What's your yapping approach? Like, are you, like, talking trash out there? Are you trying to get into the other person's head?
No, I mean, now that we're sophomores, you run into guys that, like, you've played with before. So then, like, you, like, oh, like, you haven't seen them in a while, you're, like, catching up, like, oh, how's your summer, like, this and that. But then it's just, like, anything, man, like, sports.
Yeah, you're out there for 5-6 hours. You're
That's
trying
true.
To figure out, get to know somebody, just, like, do something.
So just, like, chit-chatting.
Yeah, because then it's, like, I feel like whenever you're playing golf and you're in the competitive, like, atmosphere, you obviously want to stay as, like, locked in as possible, but then it's also, like, after you hit a good drive, it's like nice to take your mind off of it for like a good 1 to 2 minutes while you're walking down to your ball.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of nice to like find that happy medium of like talking to kids, like getting to know people, and then like when it's time to like lock back in and hit the next shot, and then like you're still in the mental state to do that.
That's what I think is so unique about golf, because it's not obviously you're competing against people, but it's not like basketball or football where you're like, I'm trying to kill this guy on the court, I'm trying to like go kick their butt or whatever. So it's a very different dynamic. So
to kind of build off that, I mean, like basketball, football, like you're in the locker room, like getting like amped up. Like I was watching the Donnie and Colton one. And Donnie was talking about throwing himself into a locker and whatever. Like, I mean, we're like, there's like a part where like you want to listen to like a good song, like get you amped up a little bit, but like there's also like a point to like try to stay really calm and like because like you can't like be like shaking, bouncing like off the walls. You kind of have to stay in your own and just remain calm while also being amped up to play, I guess.
He said song, like the last song I'll listen to, I have it like mapped out. Like when I see like we're on the bus, it sounds kind of weird, but like when it's 5 minutes out, it's just Immortal by 21 Savage is the last song I listen to. And then I'll put my AirPods away and I'll just go.
Immortal. I was going to ask, like, how do you, I guess that was a good point, bringing like how preparation for golf is probably different than a lot of other sports where you don't want to be too amped where like your swing's messed up, because it's a very technical and like it's a very feely sport where if it feels off, it's probably be off for a while. And so I guess, is there anything else you wanted to add about your preparation besides the 21 Savage?
we usually get to the course. A lot of times, like you just like put your shoes on. People just go to like the bathroom real quick, and then I like to putt for 10, 15 minutes just to kind of get like the feel of things. And then I'll usually walk over to the range. Obviously not like beating balls, but like just trying to
get loose.
Find out what you're working with for the day. And then from there I'll go back to the putting green for a good another 15, 20 minutes. I've never been big on chipping before the round. I know that he's a big like, he likes to hit a few like 20, 30 yard wedges. I've never been big on that. So then I'd usually just go back to the putting green, and then from there, I mean, you're just usually right by the first tee box, and then whenever it's your time, I just kind of step up and go.
Yeah, we definitely do that for basketball. Just start close, move your way out, whatever you feel like is comfortable. But you said, when you're saying like your warm up, you're like, whatever I'm feeling today is kind of what I just do, something along those lines. So what does that mean? Like, is you got different swings feeling good, different clubs feeling good?
Kind of just gotta show up and ride the horse that you're there for. Like ride the horse that you're giving yourself for the day. You can't try to make 100 switches on the range. You can't. I mean, just work with what you got. If you're turning it right one day, you probably just say, all right, I'm going to turn it right today. If you're turning it left, I mean, we're not pros. We're D3 golfers.
That's fair,
like, just work with what you got.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So, last question I have about just the competition-related stuff. What's the toughest place to play that you've had to play in all these tournaments? Toughest course? Or you can go with, like, the coolest course you've ever played on.
Yeah. He wasn't here. He wasn't at this tournament, but we played the Bull at Pinehurst Farms my freshman year for spring as like we had a qualifier to go to conference, and it was playing 7,300 yards. I mean, just a beast of a course.
Yeah.
And I mean, we caught it on a day with like 25 miles an hour breeze, and it was just brutal, man. It was just like you were grinding over everything. Like, I mean, it was probably the best 78 I've ever shot in my life. like walking off the course. Like, there's not many days where you're like, oh, 78 was good. Like, I was like proud, smiling, felt awesome. Ear to ear. Felt great to shoot 78 there. That's probably one of the toughest courses I played.
Okay,
in like a tournament here at Carthage.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to judge. Like in like basketball or football, you could be like, oh, that place is rowdy. That place is cool. Like, we don't have that as much. So yeah, I guess you do have to go based off course. I mean, I just would say like my favorite course we've played. I really like the Wisconsin Lutheran course a lot.
Okay.
We've played there 2 years in a row really well also. So maybe there, but I wish I could give you like a crazy answer like, oh, I got fans yelling at me, and that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever played in like a PGA course or any professional courses where?
Yeah.
I've played Whistling Straits up in Sheboygan.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. They played a couple majors and a Ryder Cup there, so that's pretty sweet. But I don't know.
I'm from the Quad Cities, so I'm right by the John Deere Classic.
Yeah.
So I've grown up playing deer run a few times. I mean, we go to the tournament every year. I mean, all my college buddies came down last year, went to the tournament. So
for sure.
Yeah, I've played deer run a handful of times from the Quad Cities.
That's the cool thing about golf too, is compared to other sports like basketball, you're going to be shooting at the same gym like every day.
Mm.
Versus golf, you have all these courses that you can go to, and I think that's really cool. We're just getting to experience different courses and getting to play. Because with basketball, you have the same court, you have the same hoop, same setup, everything. Maybe like the same is different, but you have different holes, and they have different challenges to each one of them. And I think that's really cool for golf.
Yeah.
So, the question I always like to ask everybody is, how did you pick golf? Why did you get into your sport? Maybe like some early memories. If you have like a funny story of why you ended up playing golf, I'd love to hear it.
You or me?
You look like you got something to say.
I got more traditional.
Yeah,
I started playing when I was like 5.
Okay.
Both my grandpas were really good players, single-digit handicaps. My dad's also a really good player, single-digit handicap. We've lived on a golf course my whole life, so my earliest golf memories are just like my dad getting home from work and then us going out at like sunset, like 6, 7 p.m. Just go out, play a few holes, hit a few balls until someone either kicks us off or it gets too dark to see the ball anymore. So kind of that, and then just just going out and playing with my dad is probably my earliest stuff. Just being young and just trying every sport. And
were there other sports in consideration that you were thinking
yeah,
about?
I played like everything growing up. Like baseball, basketball, golf. Tried everything when I was super young, but those 3 primarily, and then just ended up being golf.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have kind of a weird one.
Let's hear it.
I was predominantly baseball and basketball.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'd swung a golf club a lot when I was younger, but nothing really ever serious. And then my freshman year was when COVID hit. So I quit baseball. And so then I was just golf and basketball. And I just kind of started playing golf. I wasn't very good. I mean, I fired like 127 at regionals my sophomore year of high school. I was showing them a clip the other day.
There's a good video
of my dad. Like, it's like, oh, now on the tee, tape, whatever. I mean, I'm like 5'2" with a buzz hat. I got like a size extra large Titleist hat on. I shouldn't even be there.
You gotta send me that video, see if I could get it in this.
Oh yeah, I can. And I mean, in the video, clear as day, the ball goes backwards. I mean, it goes straight backwards. And I remember at the time I was so embarrassed of it, but now it's like whatever. But yeah, I just was like, it was kind of fun. I really wasn't good at it. And then my junior year of high school is kind of when I started taking it seriously. I got a junior membership at a private country club out in Coal Valley. And I just kind of ran into a bunch of college kids there. Got super lucky that there's a bunch of young kids there that played college golf. Yeah. And then from there, it was just like getting competitive matches with them every day and then just kind of chipping away. And that's pretty much all I did for my junior year summer, my senior year summer. Like, that's all I did was just play golf and go to school. Over the summers, I wouldn't be home until dark. Yeah. I usually just reheat my food, and I would just go back and play golf the next day.
That's awesome.
So that's what kind of got me into it, was just myself, I guess, a little bit, just kind of figuring it out. And from there, kind of got lucky, started to get good.
The only way you can go is up if you're hitting the ball backwards, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard
That's funny.
to not go anywhere further from there.
Yeah. But is it true that, because I really didn't play golf until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I actually started getting into it a little bit. Is it true that golf's addicting? Is that why maybe you stuck with it? Because there's certain aspects where you hit a clean shot, and it's like, oh my God. And you're chasing that shot every time you go out to
it like keeps you chasing it. Like you hit one good shot, and it's like, oh, I could do that I feel like you could do it 100 times. Like if I'm hitting it good, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna lose this. Like this is awesome. But then you have those times where you're hitting it bad, and it's like, oh, I'm never gonna hit it good again. This sucks. And it's just like that's what keeps you coming back. Like you go out one day and shoot best round of your life, and you can go out the next day and shoot like 100, and it's like, all right, I can't leave on that. I gotta come back for more. Keep chasing it.
Yeah, but like when you're riding like a hot streak where like your swing just feels good, like you just run into a period where you don't want to put the club down.
It's the greatest.
Like it's like the greatest feeling in the world where you're just like, just get me on a golf course and I'm gonna shoot even par, and that's just like your mindset, and it's so crazy when you're in that zone, but it's like one of the best feelings in the world.
Do you feel that like before you get on the course, or you don't know until your first couple of swings, or is it just like in the middle of a round you feel it like, oh? I
guess I could say in the fall this year I had about a 3-4 week period where I was kind of like that, where I was just like, okay, like I know what I'm gonna shoot today, like I just feel good, and it kind of really didn't deviate from that. Yeah. And then Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes in waves. It's such a weird sport to stay mentally into because, I mean, you can have it like that for 4 weeks, but then you could also have it where it's like the worst 4 weeks of your life. Like you're grinding for everything.
Yeah.
Like it's just mentally just challenging out there, and you just get banged up pretty much.
So when you're in that place where you're having a rough couple weeks or whatever it is, what do you guys do to try to keep steady with yourself and your mindset going into the course? I'm sure it's hard at times, but what do you guys try to do?
It's like hard to tell yourself to like not want to go hit balls. It's like you'd almost rather, at least for me, I'd almost rather like take a mini break and come back in a day or two and try to figure it out. It's hard not to just like go just pound balls at the range or pound balls in a simulator, and you just get so frustrated and you just start spiraling out of control, and that just never goes well. I think that's all something we could learn from. It's just like if you're having a rough time, like maybe just take a day or really try to slow yourself down and figure it out the right way instead of just getting all mad.
That's very true for basketball too.
Yeah.
Shooting slumps is a big thing too, where if you get on the shooting gun, the rebounding gun, and you're just jacking up shots forever, and you're missing and missing and missing, and you just get more angry with yourself, and you think you need to keep shooting, and then your arms get tired, your legs get tired, and then your form goes to crap, and then you're just out there doing it it's counterproductive at that point, so you just got to walk away. So I totally get it, but I feel like golf is definitely peaks and valleys are a lot higher than it is in basketball.
It's just different. Like you could come every day with a brand new swing, brand new feel. Like I feel like throwing a football, shooting a basketball. Shooting a basketball is a little different, but like throwing a football or like all that stuff, like it's so repetitive. Like golf is also repetitive, but it's so like, I mean, you're hitting like the smallest little ball.
Yeah,
in
you
all
have to be
sports.
precise.
You gotta be so perfect.
That's what we talk about this all the time with one of the kids. It's like it's kind of crazy to think about that. Like you start with this little ball, like from like let's say 400 yards away, and then you get it into a hole that's like this size in like 4 strokes.
And your whole happiness is determined of whether you do it 4 times or you do it 6 times. It's so stupid. It's such a dumb game.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go with that. So a question ahead is what has been your biggest rage game or like rage outing where you've gotten it was just nothing was going right. Maybe a club was tossed. Maybe a club was broken.
Yeah.
What's your biggest rage game?
I'm guilty of this. I got voted on the team as like biggest rage.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like, it's not that I'm like malicious. Like I'm not like, breaking things. Like occasional club throw once in a while. Get mad at yourself, yell at yourself a little bit. Could probably do a better job of keeping that in. But yeah, sometimes it's just like you gotta just like I want to just throw something, punch something. I just gotta like let the anger out.
Nick's notorious for like. Whenever he hits a bad shot, he'll be like, "That is the worst golf shot in the history of the game."
Yeah, it's a big joke with our coach. Like, I'll hit it, and I'll be like, "That's the worst shot ever in the history of the sport." And he'd get on the bus and be like, "Nick, how many of the worst shots in the history of the game you hit today?" And one of the other kids would be like, "I bet he had 3 or 4." And it's just a joke. It's funny.
So you can joke about it. That's probably good.
Yeah. I try not to throw clubs too much, just because my parents are there a lot.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's probably not a good look. Yeah.
Like there'll be times where I don't know. Like I like to beat the stick of my putter on my back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember. I think one time I may have said a curse word too loudly, and my mom and my dad were there, and they it was in a tournament. I think I missed like a little 5-footer or something, and they just gave me the death stare, and they were just done. Mm-hmm. And then I went and I parred the next hole, and then I made 3 birdies in a row, and they just did not on the birdies I'm looking for them, and they're just my mom is glaring at me, and I was just
bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't even want to play anymore, man. Just get me off the course.
Get me home.
Out of all the things, I feel like dropping a curse word here and there is probably not the worst thing, but
it's
better than breaking something.
Yeah,
it's
better
than breaking something.
Crashing a cart. I know you don't use carts in tournaments, but I had to ask that question because you always see those golf videos where people are just.
Yeah,
we do once in a while. We play a couple courses where it's more of some courses are walking courses and some are really riding courses where there's long walks between holes. If you were to walk it, so we do ride I think we rode once or twice in the fall and we'll probably ride again in the spring.
Yeah, we ride at Stouts Invite.
Yeah,
I guess the craziest crash out I've seen. Because I'm not gonna name the name of the kid.
You can tell a story. Don't give names. You can tell a story.
If he's watching this, I don't know if he will. Probably not. But I was playing with a kid. And it was on hole 3.
This is really good.
Hole 3. And it's just this tight little hole, dog leg right. And it's a really tough driving hole. You just really have to hit a good shot. Mm-hmm. And he pulls 3-wood. And, I mean, he hits this huge balloon cut just straight into the woods. And, I mean, the woods are just jail. There's a bunch of tiny little trees. I mean, he just rears back and whoosh, snaps it in half. The head's, like, tumbling down the fairway. He's livid, and now you're just like, oh, I have to lock back in and hit a shot here.
Yeah.
You're, like, trying not to laugh.
Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh. This kid is livid.
Yeah.
I mean, he just snapped to M5.
Yeah.
And then the funniest thing about this is he goes into the trees, he finds his balls, hits probably one of the greatest punch outs I've ever seen in my life, so about 160 yards. And he gets it up and down for par. And I was like,
Didn't even matter.
Dude, you just like snapped your three with none of that. I mean,
None of it matters.
and you beat. I mean, I hit one down the middle and I three whack for bogey. Like you made a better score than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told our coach that, and he knows the kid. And he thought that was like that's like stereotypical, and that was pretty funny.
That is hilarious. I would not have been able to keep it together.
No.
But
No, it's
Yeah.
oh my god.
You run into some crazy things. Some kids who just can't keep it in check. Just have no clue.
That is awesome. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay. Okay. Next segment. Before, when I'm on the course, I'm obviously not that good. I maybe golf like every other week, so I'm rusty every time I go out there. My biggest fear is always hitting someone or hitting something. So my question is, what's your worst four moment where you're like, oh crap, I might be hitting somebody here?
I broke a window in a house.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was my junior or senior year of high school. We were playing one of the courses in Geneseo with my buddy Hayden, and he plays golf down at SIUE.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a lefty. And so most of the, like I've done it before where like you can like flip a lefty 3-wood upside down and hit it right-handed. And I had done it a few times before to where I was like kind of getting good at it. So I was like, oh yeah, Hayden, watch this. So I flip it upside down. I mean, there's like probably a row of houses that are $600,000 plus on the left-hand side of the fairway. And I mean, as soon as I hit it, it's like slow motion.
Yep.
Like the ball just kind of goes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Slow motion, dead beat into this this window. And so now I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh, like what do I do? So I go in there and I knock, and like this lady in like a deceptive wheelchair answers the door, and I was like, I felt like
Oh my gosh.
the biggest
person ever.
like just the worst person in the world. Like I felt so bad, but like I gave her my number. We ended up paying for the window, but I legitimately, that was probably one of the lowest points of my life, was realizing what I had just done, and I was like, wow.
Well, he's kind of an a-hole.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. That's what I was like. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal if it was like right-handed, but like I did it like I was like trying to show off, and it came back. Yeah, that was. I felt awful, and of course my buddy's just like laughing next to me, and I'm just like, dude. Yeah, that's probably the.
So what happened after that? Do you have to?
We paid for it.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I mean,
That sucks. God, that sucks.
I think I had to like take out like
Yeah.
That's expensive.
a few hundred to pay my dad, because
Yeah.
my dad's kind of a stickler about that.
Mm. What about you, Nick?
I don't know if I have a crazy one. I was at a grad party this summer and I got hit.
Really?
It's just my neighbor. We live on a golf course, and like a few of us are like, oh, let's go hit a few balls. And I mean, these kids have probably never played golf before, and I'm like watching these kids hit, and I was like probably standing a little too close, but I was like, he was hitting this way, and I was standing like right here, and he straight right, cleaned me in the thigh. I had like a bruise there for like a month.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of
Oh,
sucked. Yeah. That was probably the only time I've ever been hit, but I don't know if I've ever really hit anything like. I've seen a parent get hit in a golf tournament before. Yeah, I've seen that, but I don't know if I've like hit anything crazy.
Okay, well that's good.
My junior
That's
year
good.
of conference for high school, some kid hit one to another fairway, and he broke a kid's nose.
Oh,
Like hit him right here, and it like I just remember like the kid was like walking out with like
That
towels
is
and
brutal.
like it was
That
like
is
his
brutal.
nose was shattered.
Holy crap.
never seen that in a golf tournament before.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There was one time, I think it was this past summer, I was in the trees per usual. That's how I play golf. And I had the perfect lane right between the trees. It was so tempting.
That's what they
Either
all
you
say.
just kick it out or you just try to go for that superhero shot.
Yeah, you hit the hero shot. Right?
Of course, you hit the
Yeah,
hero
yeah.
shot. The only problem was the parking lot is like to the right in front of me, so it's like the course is going more towards the left. Parking lot's to the right. The sun's right in the pathway, so I can't really see it, but I'm like, all right, I'm going for it. So I clean it. I instantly don't know where it goes because it goes right in the sun, and like my partner's like, would you see where it goes? See where it goes? He's like, no, dude, I don't know where it went. We're waiting for like a couple seconds. All of a sudden, you hear, bang! This nice, beautiful truck up in the parking lot. gets crushed with the ball, and I walk. I'm like, oh crap. So I walk up and find it. This perfect little golf ball sized dent hole right in the side of the door. Nice clean truck. I'm like, oh crap. And then I'm just like busting out of there. So that's my story with it, but
You didn't leave your name and number on the window?
No.
Oh.
I'm not a good person like you are. That was one of the first times I was golfing too. So I called my dad. I'm like, what do I do? He's like, is anybody around there?
Leave.
He's like, nah. He's like, just pick it up and go. Let's get out of here.
Guy probably didn't realize.
7 holes felt like a good enough time today. Yeah.
But like also, if you're, I'm not trying to make it like a valid thing. If you're parking on the end of the parking lot closest to the range,
you gotta know. You gotta know
have
what you're in for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So enough stories of us being bad people, but except you got hit, so you're good. But let's go to this final segment, special segment that I always love to do. We got golf stereotypes. So how this is gonna work? I got a list of some common stereotypes. I watched the Dude Perfect golf stereotypes video. I don't know if you've seen that.
That's a good one.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So I put some of those in here. So I'm gonna give you a stereotype, and you got to give someone on the golf team that fits that stereotype.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You guys got that?
Yeah.
So first one, nice and easy. Who got the biggest drive on the team? Who's stepping up and cranking it?
It's pretty easy. It's Alex, our
Lily,
senior.
yes.
Alex
Okay.
Lilly. Yeah, he hits it. I mean, if you've ever seen him before, he's like 6'4".
I saw him yesterday.
Kid hits it a mile.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Big kid. Okay. How far?
I think he probably hits like 340.
Yeah,
350. Yeah.
Who's the next closest on the team?
Brett.
Probably Brett,
our roommate.
who's our roommate.
Yeah.
He's our age.
Little lefty.
How far
kid.
does he hit it then?
He hits it probably.
Probably similar.
I mean, he hits it similar, but I mean, consistently, like,
Okay.
he just...
Yeah, just not as much.
If, like, Lily hits, like, a bad one, per se, and Brett, like, hits a good one...
Yeah, he's going to get him.
He may get it, but I mean, it's
consistently.
Consistently,
Good.
Lily's out there.
Yeah.
Who's the golf course liability? Who's the four guy? Who's always yelling four? If you're out there and he's behind you, you're like, oh my god. You keeping your head on the swivel.
I'm not throwing anyone on the bus here.
It
could be anybody. It could be me. It could be Tate. Could be anybody.
If you don't want to throw anyone under the bus, I get it.
I don't know.
I'm not throwing anyone under the bus.
I can't.
We can't not give a name. Like,
Yeah,
he'll be a good sport about it. I'll give it out there. Mike Link.
yeah.
He's always out there. He knows it's going left and right. He's a good sport. He'll like it.
I always like, he always says, oh, I'm going to try to hit a cut here, and then it's always just a draw.
Left, yeah. He's awesome though. Great kid.
Who's the guy that always get those lucky kickouts? Hit a tree,
James Tyrrell.
drops right
James
in the
Tyrrell.
middle. James Tyrrell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sophomore.
I mean, he is the luckiest. I mean, he might be the luckiest golf. I mean, he chips in probably 5 or 6 times.
Kid holes out all
the time.
Yeah.
Our first golf tournament of the fall, he like swipes a drive right, holes out for eagle. Like
yeah.
this, I mean,
First tournament, first hole.
like this kid is just unreal.
Yeah, kid has everything going.
He is always does like. We always joke with him like, dude, if like you wouldn't have gotten as lucky as you would today, like you'd be like an 84 average golfer. That's what we say.
Is it luck though? Is he just that good?
We're more joking than anything, but it feels like a lot.
But it feels like a lot of things go his way.
What about? I call this the Happy Gilmore. Who's got the unique swing?
Ooh.
Cody Schmidt.
Yeah, Cody, freshman. I mean, he won state for Wisconsin golf last year, so
Really?
it works. He plays every tournament.
Yeah.
Can't question it then.
No,
Yeah,
but he's got a funky
Definitely
swing.
got the most interesting golf.
What about his swing is so like funky, like you said?
It's just like he's got like a weird like. There's like a little shoulder movement. It's like a trigger, and then he just.
Mhm.
I mean, everything else is pretty normal. It's a little like it's a little jumpy maybe, but
Yeah.
I mean, fundamentally it's pretty good, but I think it looks weird at times. But I mean.
Do you judge people on their swings when you like don't know anything about him? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, he's got a
Yeah, you
whack
see a swing on the first tee, and you could be like, all right, this could be rough.
Okay, I don't know. I might have asked this one earlier, but who's on the team? Who's the rage monster? Like complete.
Probably Nick. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Got voted on last year too, so it's kind of consensus.
So you got a rage monster award for you?
Yeah, we have like a little like
Dang.
trophies celebration at the end of the year.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
funny.
not
You
my
got
proudest
voted.
moment.
Okay. Well, you said no broken clubs though? Couple tossed.
I probably haven't broke a club I've been good about that. Probably like 3-4 years.
Good.
It's at least been nice.
Good.
Can't keep paying for broken clubs all the time. It gets expensive.
When you're in college, you need all the money you can get.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's the trash talker? Like if you're just doing a casual like practice round, who's out there talking trash?
Man.
Do.
Yeah, Tanner will give it to you sometimes because he knows he's good. Tanner Angus,
Yeah.
he's a senior. He knows he's good, so he'll dish it out sometimes.
Frash talks a lot of trash.
Ethan Frash, yeah.
What are some of the things you say on the golf course to?
I mean,
or what are they saying?
If you see like a guy that's battling a left miss all day, you'll be like,
got the lefts.
You'll be like, I would hate to see one go left here. You know what I mean?
Just get in their head.
I mean, there's little things that like if you're not playing good, it's so easy to get in somebody's head. And if like you're grooving it and the kid you're playing against is,
yeah.
I mean, obviously like in tournament, you're not like doing that to anybody.
Yeah, I'd never do it to a kid we're playing.
But like,
with. But a kid on our team, I would.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if there's always like the classic, like if you're way past someone's like look behind you, be like, oh, how's the weather back there? Or something, just something stupid. Like,
yeah, you gotta have fun with it.
Yeah.
Okay. This kind of goes along with the Rage Monster, but who's the biggest mood swing where they're on top of the world when they hit a good shot? Next thing you know, they play one bad shot. It's like, I'm the worst golf player.
I'm close. I'm definitely close. Sam Nolan's up there. When he's hitting it well, he is absolutely one of the best golfers on the team. If it's not going well, I mean, he's told me before, like, I just want to, like, he's a bad shot. Like, I want to quit. How soon can I leave kind of thing. Like, I mean, I hope I'm not throwing anyone under the bus here, but.
Oh, my gosh. I got a couple more. It's always fun to talk trash about his team, though. So,
yeah.
Who's the worst kart driver?
I mean, our roommate Brett crashed a car.
Like
6 months ago, so I don't know if I'm letting him get behind the wheel of a golf cart either. But
I feel like James would be a bad kart driver as well. Tyrrell.
Yeah, James.
Who else?
How did your buddy crash the cart?
He was the one who went down in the ditch.
In Sheridan.
Down on Sheridan, the blue
M3.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that was him.
Yeah,
that was his actual car.
Yeah, that's his car.
Oh well.
But now it's back.
Tough subject. Yeah, it's back.
We give him crap about it all the time.
Doing good.
He's doing good.
Jeez. Well, maybe we can cut that out if we need to.
Maybe him. I don't know if we're putting him behind the wheel of a golf cart.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Who's the guy that has too much drip? They got too many accessories. If you have a guy like that.
James is always bringing out flashy outfits. Yeah. Like, he loves putting on a show. Like, just like bringing out some, like, all white, or like, let's bring out the vest today or something like that. I mean, I feel like...
I'm trying to think of somebody we haven't mentioned.
David Koo's always bringing some color. I feel like he's always got like some pink or
in terms of like accessories, like I would say he's always got something new.
Yeah, I feel he's got some new club or something always.
Can you tell a guy's good based off what he wears?
Nah. You could look awesome and just
suck.
Yeah. You could also look like you suck and be really good.
Yeah.
I've probably seen everything at this point.
I feel like there's certain things in basketball that you see.
Yeah.
Like generally, like, okay, he's either really, really good, or like you see something like, okay, this guy's like, he doesn't really get it. But
I feel like that's more
just
like
for, like, basketball culture. But
yeah, that's more like looking at clubs in golf. Like if you see someone like has like a crazy like shaft in their driver or something.
Okay, so that's what it is. Okay.
Either it's just like they're gonna be really good, or it's like, okay, well, why do you have this? Like you're nowhere near good enough to have that.
Who lies about their score? Like if like obviously not in a tournament, like you can't really lie about that. But if you're just playing a game of golf, and they're like, "All right, what'd you get in the hole?" and they're like, kind of smudge it.
We're all pretty good. I will say that when I met James Tyrrell, my senior year of high school here for the launch, he told me that he missed state by a stroke, shooting 78, and then I went into the car and looked it up, and he didn't get out of regionals and shot 85. So that's why you should never lie about your golf score.
You can't lie. So yeah, if you want to lie about a golf score, it's kind of tough. Someone's watching, someone's looking at a leaderboard, someone will pin you for it.
Especially him. Like when we have like somebody like new recruit here, like I mean, we'll have scores sent to our group chat within 3-4.
We know exactly.
How you just like look up somebody's name, you go to like IJGA, like it's so easy to find what someone's shooting. So there's really no point in lying.
Yeah. Obviously, you're not going to lie in like official tournaments and stuff like that.
And our team's really good about that because there's teams around the conference who have that reputation.
Really?
I remember in high school there was a team or two that had a pretty bad reputation for it. It's just a bad one to get stuck with. Like you just do not want that at all.
Man, we got an ethical team at Carthage. This is good. This is good.
Oh yeah.
So that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining the show. Is there anything you want to say before we hop off here?
Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, this was a ton of fun too. This is the first time I've had some strangers come up to me and ask to be on the podcast, so that was really cool. It's super exciting, so I was happy to do it.
Glad we could fit it in.
Yeah. Absolutely. So good luck in Kentucky this weekend.
Appreciate it.
Hit some good balls. Let's get a W.
Yeah.
Good luck with the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll see you doing well at the end of the year. And pulling for you. So thanks for hopping on.
Yep, thank you.
Stay tuned for future episodes, and thank you for listening to Fueling the Flame, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Cool.
That was it.
That was sick.
That was awesome.